Greetings, friends. Zenny here. Welcome to Rest and Restore. I'm kind of excited about today's practice. It's a little different, being that we are resting first. So, a lot of practices, especially with yoga, we move the body and then at the end we rest. But today we are going to start laying down on our backs. You're welcome to lay on the side if that's more comfortable for you. And we're going to begin with rest. And we will restore, create a little bit of joint mobility, just get things moving really gently today, mostly lower body movements through the feet, ankles, knees, and hips. And we'll get you up and going just with a gentle ease to start your day, or maybe midday break. Or maybe you're just going to want to do that before you settle in for a long night's sleep. So let's begin. Just laying down on the back, and you're welcome to use pillows for support under the head, perhaps underneath the lower legs. And just let your body settle in here. We'll allow the feet to be about hip width apart and maybe wriggle the legs for a moment and just let them fall to wherever they want to rest or land. And perhaps a little bit with the arms too. We might draw the shoulder blades a little closer to the spine, kind of feel into that upper back. Maybe move the palms up and down a couple times. And then if you can, letting the palms just stay opened, facing upwards towards the ceiling. And then allow yourself to land here. So I'll be guiding you through this restorative practice. But know that you might fall asleep. And if you do, that's okay. But we're going to allow the body to just come to complete rest. And in doing so, the mind will also come into a deeper state where we might find that border where we're not quite asleep, but we feel really at rest. So as you inhale, open the eyes. As you exhale, close the eyes. Repeat this a few more times. Inhaling, opening the eyes. Exhale to close. Once more, as you inhale, opening the eyes. Exhale to close. And allowing the eyes to remain closed. And just bringing your awareness all the way down into your feet. Noticing how the feet feel. If there's anything covering the feet, maybe a blanket or socks. or perhaps there's nothing and you can feel a little bit more of that sense of coolness. Noticing where the heels are connected. And then cruising up into the calves, feeling into that connection. You might find a natural, deeper breath as we move along, scanning up into the thighs and the buttocks. Into the back, the shoulders, just feeling the whole back body here. Feeling where the back body is connected. Noticing where there's tension in the body. Take 3. Take 3. So find your way into a comfortable position. We'll take the feet about hip width apart and the arms off to the sides of the hips, perhaps the palms facing upwards. And then allow yourself to land here. Notice the breath. And we're going to play with a little bit of eye work with the breath. So just going at your own pace. As you inhale, you'll just gently open the eyes. As you exhale, gently closing the eyes. Repeating this with every breath. As you inhale to open the eyes, you might find your gaze just very soft, so you're not searching or looking. Exhaling, letting the eyes close. Just feeling into that natural rhythm of the breath. As the eyes open and you see the world in the daylight. As you exhale and close, and you see perhaps the back of the eyelids, whatever appears to you here. As you continue a few more rounds, let the face start to relax. Noticing the forehead soften. Allow the jaw to unclench so that the teeth are not touching. And invite a slower, deeper breath. Once more, as you inhale to open the eyes, and as you exhale, keeping the eyes closed. Still tuned into the breath. You might place the hands at the low belly now. So below the belly button, feeling into your inhalations. As you inhale, feeling the belly rise. Feeling into the exhalations. As you exhale, feel the body deflate. Feel the body let go. Every exhalation, letting go, a sense of softening. You might even feel the body land, feeling the body be held. Feeling the muscles let go of any residual tension. Aware of sensations that present as temperature. So where you might feel a sense of warmth. That might be all over the body, or little pockets. And as you're aware of the warmth, also tuning into spaces that feel cool. They might be spaces where the skin is more exposed. Noticing the rise and fall of the belly as you breathe. Noticing as you exhale, a sense of softening any of those kind of creeping resistance or tension spots that find their way back. And as you inhale, notice how the belly rises. As you inhale, notice that feeling, that sense of expansion, of being filled and full. As you exhale, still softening and letting go. With the in-breath, you receive. With the out-breath, you let go. So there's this balance created where the body, the heart, the mind is naturally restored. So without the mind even needing to understand or know how this all works or what is happening or what quality or elements are being nourished and restored. It's happening with every breath. Every inhale, you're being nourished and fed. Every exhale, softening and letting go. You might feel a sense of ease, a sense of peace. Wash over the whole body. Clear the mind. And open the heart. Just allowing yourself to rest here a few more breaths. This natural balance being created with every breath. And all you need to do is rest. Still very aware and awake, but noticing that sense of drawing in even deeper. And just staying present with the breath. As you relax and let go. Drawing into a deeper state of rest with every count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Still aware, still awake. Now feeling into, while remaining still, feeling into the energetic quality that is present. You might feel clouds of sensation, spaces where the energy or the cells feel more alive. They might feel more dense or like they're dancing, vibrating, radiating. And now bringing your awareness into the heart space. It's kind of the center of the chest. Noticing what you feel here. Sometimes sensations are strong. Sometimes they're really quiet. Feeling into that heart center. There might be a radiant glow. And allow yourself to take 2 or 3 deeper breaths. And you might breathe a bit more into that heart space. So as you inhale, the belly still might rise, but breathe into the chest too. Allow the chest to rise and expand in all directions. As you exhale, nice letting go breath, you might breathe through the mouth. And one or two more times. Bigger inhale, breathe into the heart space. Let it expand. Through the mouth, let it go. With the next inhale, you'll gently open the eyes. And as you exhale, you'll close the eyes. Once again, inhaling, opening the eyes. Exhaling, closing the eyes. And one more time. So from here, just begin to wiggle the fingers. Wiggle all the fingers and the toes. And then allowing the arms to release back down to your sides outside of the hips. We're going to make circles with the wrists. So allowing those hands to rotate and also the ankles, letting your feet rotate. So as we start to move the body, just very gentle with our movements, tuning into how the body feels as you move. Allow these movements to be slow or fast, whatever feels right for you. Let's explore moving the opposite direction a few rounds. So those feet and the hands, making somewhat of a circular movement here. Can you feel into the hands, the palms, the wrists, into the ankles, the feet? And then we're going to let things just settle. Let them go. Take a little bit more of a kind of a wake breath here. Inhale, nose, and let it go. Beautiful. Take your feet a little bit wider. So they're maybe a little wider than the hips. Let your toes draw in towards one another. So the knees draw in towards one another. And the hips are doing a little internal rotation. And then do the opposite. Toes out, knees out, external rotation happening at the hips. Again, in and out. Listen to the joints for how much you want to move here. It might be different from right to left. And always avoiding pain. So you might stay really slow and careful, cautious with these movements. If the joints are feeling fantastic, maybe you go a little faster, but effortlessly let your toes and your feet just kind of flop. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Arms to the side, sort of the same idea with the arms here. So the shoulders are going to roll internally. You're spiraling all the way down to the hands. And then from the shoulders, roll externally. So you might feel the shoulder blades going to draw closer to the spine. And once you're in this full expression, the palms might be facing up. You might even be rotating them out a little more. From the shoulders, roll in and roll out. And that's it. Rolling in, spiraling, rolling out. Maybe shoulder blades draw together. One more time. Rolling in and rolling out. Beautiful. Let's bend the knees, taking your feet about hip width apart. And then hands can stay at the belly. They can open out to the sides here, whatever you're comfortable with through the shoulders. And keeping the spine pretty quiet, the pelvis pretty still here. Take your knees just a little bit to the right and left. So sort of a little windshield wiper movement with the thighs. And then if that feels good for you, create a little bigger movement. So we're mostly moving in that hip socket, but we're not forcing anything to happen. So if you're a little tighter in the hips and you notice your pelvis wants to move, you can do that. So it can become a little bit more of a spinal twist. But for those of you that want to keep the spine neutral and quiet, just focusing on that movement in the hip socket. Whatever you're doing, let it be easy. Flow with it back and forth. Couple more rounds. Maybe you spread the toes. And then we'll come on back to center here. Let's actually draw the right knee in towards your chest. Take hold of the hamstring, so underneath the thigh, interlacing your fingers all the way to the webbing if you can. So we're giving our hands a little love there. Hug the thigh in, and then maybe you stay here or extend the left leg all the way down. Just holding here for a moment as you roll the shoulders to the ground. Breathe. And now bending the left leg. If it was straight, your foot finds the mat. Release the right foot down. Draw the left knee in, interlace the fingers under the thigh. And hug the thigh into the chest. Perhaps you stay or experiment with the right leg, lengthening down. Let's see if we can remind those shoulders back. And again, breathe. Beautiful. Let's bend the right leg. Right foot finds the mat. And add the left. So now we're going to keep the left foot grounded. Right knee into the chest. And this time extend your leg up a little bit higher. So maybe your leg can stay here for a little bit more support. You can always hold the thigh. And we're going to point the toes and then draw the toes towards you. Point the toes, draw the toes towards you. Keep going. Point and pull. You're welcome to stay with this if you're really tight in that lower leg. If you'd like to add on a little bit more here, we're going to extend that leg a little straighter, still pointing and drawing the toes down. Point and pull for 3, 2, and 1. And while we have this right leg up in the air, let's draw another circle. Just focusing on this one foot. Maybe wiggle the toes a little bit more. Try to spread the toes as you roll around. And then let's switch the direction. Beautiful. Let's hug the right knee into the chest, hold underneath the thigh, or hold the shin if the knee will allow that. Hug, 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 and gentle release. Right foot finds the mat. Draw the left leg in. And again, maybe you use your hands for support. And then we're going to point and pull. Point and pull. And you're welcome to keep the leg here with support or extend the leg straight as you point and pull. Beautiful. And now we'll explore those circles with the ankle. And maybe you can get the toes to do a little movement too. And let's rewind. It's nice to move the feet, the ankles and the toes before we set our feet on the ground and move. And go ahead and release. Hug that thigh or shin into the chest. Nice hug here. And go ahead and release. All right, so we'll keep the hands outside the hips, just a little bit more for the knees here. So extending that right leg straight and then allow it to bend, sort of marching the feet here. Extend and bend, alternating right and left. And if you can, we're reaching through the bottom of the leg. So as if you're pressing through that heel, the toes drawn towards you. So we're getting a little bit more length and opening through that calf and hamstring as we create this gentle movement for the knees. Perhaps you can straighten the leg, but maybe not. And let's do a couple rounds with the toes pointed. So now a little bit more length in the top of the leg. You might find that you can lift the leg a little bit higher with that. And often we have one leg that feels a little different than the other. And just a couple more here, just gently waking up the body, creating this nice movement before we have impact. And beautiful. Extend your legs out long. Extend the left arm up overhead, reaching back behind you. Take a big inhale here. Exhale, release. Left arm reaches up and down. Inhale, extend the right arm up and back. While you're here, take another inhale, lengthen, little stretch. Exhale, release. And let's try both arms. Extend both arms up overhead. Reach back behind you. Reach your toes away from you. Big inhale. Exhale, let that go. So you are welcome to stay if you want to rest a little bit longer. If you're ready to move up, I recommend you bend the knees, roll over to the side. And then if you're on the bed, you can just kind of hang your feet to come up to seated. Use your arms to help you on up. And how do we feel? Do we feel a little bit more rested and restored? Perhaps more rejuvenated, just kind of feel like, oh, I'm ready for the next thing. Thank you for taking time to take care of you today. Until next time.